In a world whereby more and more people are longing to be the best versions of themselves, there's been this increase in demand for self-improvement content, self-improvement books, self-improvement literature, self-improvement courses, and more recently, self-improvement social media content. There are plenty of self-improvement gurus out there, whether they be well-established gurus in the space or influencers like Andrew Tate, who are making tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars by selling courses, by selling programs, by simply sharing their perspectives with the world. In a sense, you can kind of say that they are monetizing air, they're monetizing their linguistic ability and their knowledge. And amidst all of this, there's been this increased concern regarding the ethicality of this whole self-improvement industry, whether these self-improvement gurus are truly in it because they want to impact people and bring change to people, or are they just simply in it to make a quick buck and earn some sort of passive income? It's a very real concern, and I think some people even see these gurus exploiting normal individuals, which I feel like it's a bit of a stretch, right? I'm not going to talk much about self-improvement content creators here. I'm referring to self-improvement gurus, those who make people pay for their courses and their master classes, because self-improvement content creators are, I think, a completely different story. They're putting out content on social media which is widely available free of charge, so there's not much debate there. Of course, a lot of them go on to curate their own programs and eventually monetize those, right? And that is also what I'm going to be talking about today. So one way we can go about this argument is say that this whole industry is completely unethical. They're exploiting people's emotions and people's longing to better themselves. And I think that's a pretty straightforward approach, but I think there are nuances to this situation. Or B, you can say that although these self-improvement gurus might not be in it for the right reason, at least they might be making some sort of impact on their audience. And I think both of these arguments have their own merit and they're both valid, but I think there are nuances to every situation. And I think one of the main concerns that people have about self-help courses, self-help programs, is that they do not give you the intended impact. I think that's one of the main concerns a lot of people have. And I'm sure we've all heard of those very famous self-improvement courses which claim to provide you with a lot of value, but in reality they end up being scams. They do not provide you with as much value as promised. And I think that is the key problem a lot of people have. Not really so much about the intentions of these self-improvement gurus, it's more about their ability to deliver whatever they promise. I do agree it is a big problem in this whole self-improvement space. Some self-improvement gurus, shortchange their audience, shortchange their consumers. They claim that you'll be able to achieve this once you've attended their courses, and that course is like $1,000, but then once you finish it, you realize that it's not worth $1,000. I truly believe that money is the byproduct of the value you create in society. So the more value you create, the more money you'll get as a result. But the problem people have with self-improvement courses is that the value provided is not proportionate to the monetary value of the product. Of course, the most straightforward solution to this is either A, add value to your course, or B, lower the price of your course, lower the price of your program so that the monetary value matches the intrinsic value provided through the course. In addition to that, I think one of the other concerns people have about the self-improvement industry is the credibility of a lot of these gurus, because these gurus a lot of the times take knowledge from books they've read and knowledge from the internet and sell it as their own experience, which is something that a lot of people have a distaste for, because being passionate about a certain topic is one thing, but having lived through experiences whereby you have applied those lessons is a completely different thing, right? Some of these gurus have not really lived through certain experiences, yet they share knowledge surrounding those experiences with the audience. So in a way, people feel like they're being scammed. But I want to clarify that I don't think that you necessarily need to go through certain experiences to be able to be a self-improvement guru. I feel like if you are working on yourself and if you are practicing what you preach, then it's not so much of a contradiction, because at least you are willing to put in the work and you're still developing yourself. So you're not selling people something you don't believe in, is something that you truly believe in. So in that sense, that is completely valid. And like even for me, I'm still pretty young, but I try to only share knowledge which I believe in, which I am willing to put into practice, because if not, it would just seem completely hypocritical of me. I don't want to say one thing but then I don't do it because I feel like I'm also shortchanging you guys, and I think this is a problem people have again with self-improvement gurus. And I also challenge the self-improvement gurus out there who are watching this to really rethink some of your beliefs and only preach what you are truly passionate about. And so now I kind of want to bring you my stand on this whole situation. I have just been discussing some of the opinions people hold against self-improvement gurus. Do I think that it's completely unethical? No, I don't think so. Of course, there are exceptions, which I just mentioned, but excluding those exceptions, I think that selling self-help services is not a bad thing. There's this argument which I really want to tackle. I watched this lady the other day say that self-improvement should be a basic right. You should not have to pay for it. I think that that argument is a little bit flawed, because you can also develop yourself through exercise, through dieting, through all these other areas. You don't specifically need these courses. That's not saying that these courses are not useful, but these courses are not a necessity. They are just supplements to help you go further, to help you advance, but you'll do perfectly fine without a lot of these courses too. So that claim that self-improvement should be a basic right and it's not a basic right now is kind of false, because it is. It is just up to you whether you want to execute it on your own. These courses are there as a supplement. I think as a whole, it's not wrong for these self-improvement influencers to monetize their services, because if they're really passionate about their craft, I think it's the same as any other business in the service industry. You are providing some sort of service to your audience, knowledge and some sort of skill. I thought I just want to make this video more of a discussion, casual video, because I've been making more self-improvement videos, so I just wanted to kind of air some of people's thoughts and give some of my perspective, to also remind myself to share knowledge in an ethical manner. Do not exploit people for money in a sense. I really hope that this video has kind of brought you some sort of perspective, and that is something I hope to do in my upcoming videos. Peace.